Hey, how are you doing today? I hope that you enjoyed our read aloud yesterday. I thought it was pretty interesting. So, let's get into chapter 5. But first, what do we always do before we start reading our next chapter? We review what we've already read. So, let's review chapter 4. Okay, so chapter 4 was called 20 Minutes Every Day. Now, in this chapter, Dory has decided to keep little Goblin, and Goblin will be living in the closet, all wrapped up tight in a little blankie. Now, remember, Mr. Nuggy called to tell Dory that the potion that keeps Mrs. Gobblecracker like a little girl is only temporary, meaning it won't last very long. And Mary was supposed to tell Dad. Now, Rosabel's dad invited Dory over for a play date. Dory was very happy. But remember, Dory kept saying, "Oh, Rosabel lives in a castle. Oh, she's so fancy. Oh, I think that she has a bed with a ladder and a slide." That is where we left off. Now, do you think that's true? We're going to find out. I think. Like I said, I've not read this book. So I'm guessing that we're going to Rosabel's house in this chapter, but let's find out. Chapter 5 is called Captain Puff. Okay. Rosabel's dad picks us up after school. On the walk home, we jump into puddles. Screams, pointing at me. My mouth drops open. "What did you say?" "Ridley," says their dad. "That is very rude." "She does," Ridley continues. "She really does. She looks like a dumb bear." "Forget him," says Rosabel. "He's 4. He's crazy." "What's going on?" Rosabel's mom calls from her office. "Hi, Dory. Nice to meet you. Welcome." I look around Rosabel's house. It looks sort of like my house, but only when our house gets really messy. Not one thing is castle about it. As I'm walking up the stairs to Rosabel's room, Ridley points at me and screams, "She ate my chicken!" Sheets and blankets and pillows and skirts and are on the floor in a nest. Do you want me to help you clean up your room?" I ask. "No thanks," she says, hugging her dragon. "Are you sure?" I say. "I don't mind." So it's not exactly what Dory thought it was going to be. We can just shove everything over, she says. She gets on her hands and knees and makes a clearing. Then she sets up a little tea set with water. Now that Mrs. Gobblecracker is a kid, anything can happen, she says, and sips her water with her pinky up. What if she becomes the new kid at school? Or what if she moves next door to you and your mom and says Rosabelle. I do not want him to know about her. He always copies me and ruins everything, and it's not fair, okay? Okay, I say. Suddenly, Ridley bursts into Rosabelle's room and starts taking off his Batman costume until he is down But now that I'm wearing this costume, I can't stop jumping off her bed. I want to fly. Yes, I see that, Rosabelle says. Actually, this is a great idea. Batman can fight Gigi. What are your superpowers? How about underwater breathing and cross-dimensional awareness? I ask. Let's keep it this simple. How about super strength and super speed, she says. Don't worry, I'll train you. Okay, sure, I say. Let's write that down. Wait a minute. Do you want to be called Batman or something else? I say, good question. Met Captain Puff. But then Ridley returns, and he is wearing all my clothes. Look at me, I'm a hiker. I hike mountains. Those aren't hiking clothes, I say, standing on Rosabelle's windowsill. Yes, they are. I'm a hiker. Wherever I go, I hike. Fine, go hike. Go on a nice long hike. Hike away, Rosabelle says, and she pushes him into the hallway. In the hallway. He is playing with his toy cars, wearing only a tutu and socks on his hands. Clothes, he asks. My regular clothes. Where are they? I wait for an answer. Did you know I have 2 boxes of magnetic tiles in my classroom? So what? I say. He's trying to change the subject, says Rosabelle. That means he did something really bad. Rosabelle shakes her head. Because they're wet, says Ridley. Why are they wet? I ask. Is Sleeping Beauty a boy or a girl? He asks. Rosabelle is starting to look really mad. Forget it. I don't care about my clothes, I say to Rosabelle. Let's just get away from him. But as we walk away, we hear Ridley's voice. I had 1 frog. Mrs. Gobblecracker. Rosabelle and I freeze. Listen, Mrs. Gobblecracker said, That's my frog. I said, No, that's my frog. She said, That's my frog. And then I said, Okay, you take the hiking. Don't say anything. Then Rosabelle shouts, You little spy. Rosabelle looked so angry that if you were in a comic book, steam would be coming out of her ears. Come on, it's okay, I say, trying to pull her away, but her feet are crazy and her eyes are all fired up, ready to go. You little nosy beast, she shouts, her face bright red. I had no idea Rosabelle could get this angry. I'm pretty sure she is what Mom calls pushed over the edge. You little baby. And then she attacks. She pins Ridley to the ground and pulls off his sock hands. I'm going to rip your smelly shrimp head and smash it into throw up. Whew, this is getting crazy. I don't know what to do, but Captain Puff does. Excuse me, let Captain Puff handle this, please. Can you fit inside this hamper? I ask him. Because this is the safest place for you. I think so, he says. Climb right in, boy. Helping him. As I leave the room, I hear his small, muffled voice from the hamper. Excuse me? That fell in the toilet. When my mom picked me up, she asked me a million questions in the car. Where was Rosabelle's brother? I thought she had a little tiny brother. And I don't understand how nobody knows where your clothes are. Why did you put that costume that is clearly way too small for you on in the first place? It's a size 3, rascal. That means it's for 3-year-olds. How on earth did you get it over your head? I feel terrible that we had to take their costume. We're going to have to cut it off with scissors. At least we left them the cape. Rascal, why do you do these things? A hero does good for good, I say in my Captain Puff voice. Not That's the end of chapter 5. Okay. Wearing. Silly Dory. Ooh. That looks like Gigi. Okay. That's crazy. So how do you think that Dory's playdate went with Rosabelle? Good? Bad? I think that we discovered that Rosabelle can get pretty angry with her brother, which, happens with a lot of siblings. Okay, so before we read tomorrow, I want you to make a guess about there. How long is the potion going to last? And is she actually going to steal Goblin? So think about those. We will read again. Have a great day. Bye.